Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory goes to YAHAWAH, bahasham, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. YAHAWASHI, bracket to the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is just a real quick video going into, Sirach 12 and 10. Actually, this whole section is Sirach, but we're going to start at 10. Really, this is just a video, directed towards Jake, as usual, because, that is the hot topic. Seeing that all these protests are actually getting watered down by Edomites. This whole Black Lives Matter thing, it's supposed to be what you call a so-called black movement, but Esau is taking it over, and Jake is, they have that Stockholm syndrome to where they want their oppressor to, be on their side. They want their oppressor to give them a hug and a kiss on the cheek, man. If you know what I'm saying. But Esau is not the one you should be seeking help from. Sirach chapter 12 verse 10, never trust thy enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So eventually, if you have something iron, the rust is going to show. The same thing with the enemy. Eventually the wickedness of the so-called white man is going to show, man. So though he humble himself and go crouching, right? So though he might be bringing milk to the protests, if people get tear gas, he might be bringing cheeseburgers. They had this guy at the protest yesterday bringing out cheeseburgers. Though they bring water bottles, it says, yet take good heed and be aware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not altogether been wiped away, right? So eventually the inner demon is gonna come out from the so-called white man. Whether you do something he don't like, whatever it is, man. Now you have the Antifa organization getting involved with these protests. So yeah, I mean, these so-called white people might bring you water. They might look like they're on your side, but when the sun goes down, they're gonna be the same people that are breaking windows, spray painting BLM, spray painting fuck 12 everywhere, man. Even though Jake might not be wanting to do that, but when you operate with these demons, man, that blame is gonna be put on you, because you're not separating yourselves from the wicked, man. Honestly, the whole protest thing is a complete sham. But when you join hand in hand with the wicked, man, you're subject to a lot of evil, a lot of bad times, a lot of affliction, a lot of further repression, man. That's why us brothers in this truth, we don't deal with Edomites like that. Brother might have a Edomite women or whatever, but we don't hang out with Edomites on a daily basis. We're not out here trying to shuck and jive, and no, man. This is a spiritual movement of Israelites, and Israelites only, man. We don't allow Edomites, we don't allow Hamites, we don't allow Moabites, nothing like that, man. Because this is only for our people. Sirach chapter 12 verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Right, and that's what was going on yesterday at the protest, man, because Jake was allowing these Edomites to come and dwell together, protest with him 2 weeks ago. Now, yesterday, they didn't turn the whole protest into a damn pride rally, man. They out there flying the LGBT. They're out there wearing all the rainbow gear, man. What does that have to do with so-called Negroes being oppressed? So-called Negroes dealing with systematic racism, man. So-called Negroes getting killed in the streets. So-called Negroes having bad living conditions, man. Because a brother made the point that the undesirable community is the most protected community ever. So they don't give a fuck about George Floyd. They don't give a fuck about the Southern Kingdom. The so-called Negroes. They don't care about that. They just want attention. This is something to do, since everything is shut down. This is something to be seen at. This isn't about true equality, man. Sirach 12:12, set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Right, they done took over your shit. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. Right, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith, man. So you're not even supposed to let it be, have this motherfucker around you, man, because basically they didn't took all the attention. You know what I'm saying? All the attention going into I mean, even though Jake isn't gonna get it, going into so-called equality, you know, so-called better living conditions, you know, police transparency and then brutality, all that's been shifted to now. It's about to be a fucking Pride Month rally. Now motherfuckers is going out just to have something to do, man. The true point of the protest is being diluted by all other bullshit because you let, you know, these outsiders come in and change the objective, man. It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Right. So when you have a snake charmer, are people gonna feel bad when he gets bitten by a snake? No, because he chose to deal with that snake, man. So are we gonna are we gonna feel bad for Jake when a white man gets niggas hemmed up, gets niggas locked up? Because, you know, you have those crisis actors, you know, who are starting shit, you know, who are throwing things at the police, who are breaking in windows. But Jake is starting to get the after effects of those actions, man. So yeah, you might have, you know, how they show the agents putting out bricks. You might have so-called crisis actors picking up the bricks and throwing them. But Jake is the one getting shot with the rubber bullets. Jake is the one getting tear gas, man. But that's what happens when you when you operate with the wicked, man. Sirach chapter 12 verse 14. So that one goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. Yeah, so yeah, Esau's gonna hang out while this is a hot topic. Esau's gonna hang out while Black Lives Matter and it's on the news every day. But once something else comes up, I mean, hey, Lord will we pray it don't. Lord will we pray, you know, these riots continue. But if something else comes up, he's out of there, man. You going back to just being niggers, man. You know, you ain't gonna be accepted at their parties. You're not gonna be accepted at the job. You're not gonna be accepted in their community, man. But now that it's trendy, now that it's, you know, popular, Esau gonna be nice to you, man. And hey, I know brothers have witnesses that. You know, these Edomites is acting real nice lately, man. Anyway, Sirach chapter 12 verse 15. For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. Right. When bullets start flying, they not gonna be out there, man. Cause Esau, he don't give a fuck about niggas to the point where he loses his life, man. A stone cold Edomite will not risk his life over a nigga, man. Let that be known. Sirach chapter 12 verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. Right. Oh, you know, we care about Black Lives Matter. Oh, you know, this police brutality needs to stop. This inequality needs to stop. This systematic racism needs to stop. But in his heart, he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. Right. So yeah, they're speaking soft. They're, you know, speaking sweet now. But when the race wars pop off, man, they gonna start imagining how they can kill niggas, man. You know, especially like these corporations saying they speak, or, you know, they promote Black Lives Matter and things like that. But if that's the case, why are you still you know, bringing out GMO foods? Why are you still not hiring black people, man? Cause it's not about uplifting Jake. It's about, you know, what they call saving face. You know, having that image. It said he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not satisfy with blood. Will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Right. That's what happened with the whole George Floyd situation. When adversity came upon the so-called Negro community, the first people running there was these soft-ass Edomites, man. You know, trying to come and say, you know, we stand with Jake. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Right. And that's what's going on now, man. See, so they're pretending to stand with Jake, but they're undermining the so-called movement by, you know, rioting, by looting, by you know, vandalizing, doing all the spray paint and shit. You know, I mean, you know, Jake, I ain't gonna say Jake is innocent, but a majority of these things are crisis actors, man. And even here in Kansas City, they undermine the protest by basically replacing that shit with a pride festival, a pride rally, man. Because it was way more Edomites than Jakes at these protests yesterday, man. You know, I just wanted to do that quick video. You know, Lord willing, edifying. All praises, honor, and glory goes to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, double honor to the elders of great millstone. Y'all bahasham, YAHAWASHI, break a thumb to the hopeful elect. Shalom.